Good evening, Arima. Good evening, Arima. How is my beautiful Red Army, my family? Mayor of Arima, Alderman Cagney Casimiro, the esteemed political leader, Honorable Keith Christopher Rowley, other members of the esteemed cabinet, members of the both Arima and W Mayor Executive and members, you, my lovely people, our great supporters, supporters of the Red Army, the People's National Movement, my fellow candidates, the media, our coordinators, our matriarch of the People's National Movement, a woman I admire very much. I take a page from her. She looks beautiful, and she's maturing even more beautiful as she ages like good wine. Let's give her a round of applause. As I was introduced as a teacher, I am now a retired teacher after having served 30 years in the primary school level, both in Trinidad and Tobago. But within this time, as a mother, a teacher, a neighbor, I heard the cries of my people, my neighbors. I heard them cry. My teacher friends, they were dissatisfied. And it was around that time of the yellow administration, between the years 2010 to 2015, I made an effort. I made that decision, a heartfelt decision, that I could do something about it because I too was affected. I had a situation where I had to go into HDC. And to cut a long story short, it was either you get out or no choice. There was no choice, and there was no chance for me and my children. So I said, okay. And I started moving around, and I was introduced into politics by the coordinator, Mr. Garcia, whom I respect dearly. He was the first person who ensured my pathway into politics. I'm sure every one of you sitting here, there has been some role model who opened and paved the way for you. And so I honor Mr. Anthony Garcia. I served as a local government councillor for 3 terms, from the years 2013 to 2023. Now, what does local government represent? Local government represent the services from your corporation within your municipality as to meet the needs of your community for the better development of you and your families. It will involve housing, your infrastructure, your drains, you know, your cesspool cleaning, water delivery, that kind of thing. But there is a problem. Serving for 3 years, I have experienced the sluggish method in which local government has to receive funding in order to get your services to you. So you find people complain. They will say, so long it will take to do this, this could have been done so, why this can't do so? But this is not the way the government is responsible for our monies. Anyway, under this regime, the PNM, under the leadership and the visionary Keith Christopher Rowley, this government spearheaded local government reform. It is a vision that local government reform will do better for you. It is about you and it is for you. Within your community, you will see the improvement. You will not have to wait very long, like 3-4 years, complaining to get things done because there is no funding. And another thing I want to make clear, I must say this, it was the yellow administration who in 2009 stopped the collection of taxes. Therefore, with that 15 years of no collection of taxes, you know what type of things that the government had to do and the corporations have to do in order that we do not suffer. It took longer, but we got some of it done. I can say that I got many roads resurfaced. I did many drainage projects, many pavements. I did a lot of hamper distribution during the COVID period. We were there for our people. Whilst the warning was stay inside and put on your mask, we braved the situation, wore our masks, and went out there to deliver hampers and other services to our burgesses. That is what a caring PNM government is about. At this juncture, over many consultations over the years, I must say that the leadership of the PNM, the People's National Movement, has taken that mantle to bring about local government reform. They are doing something about it. We are the agents of change. We are going to deliver local government reform because it is the right choice. Let me hear you say, local government is the right choice. Under local government reform, we will have more services being offered by the corporation. In addition to what they already do, there will be the addition of maintenance and repairs of all government and government schools, both secondary and primary. Now, this is a thing where people always complain. So many schools cannot reopen for the new school term. This will not be a thing of the past. Won't you all be happy to know that your child, our children, are able to go out to school when school reopens in September and they do not have to stay home? That is a promise of the PNM government under local government reform to deliver the building and the repair and maintenance of our primary and secondary schools. Another initiative under local government reform is the employment of small local contractors. Many times on our walkabouts, we get complaints. I want a contract. What you gonna do for me? I want a contract. Give me something now. I could do this and I could do that. But with local government reform, our local contractors do not have to compete with those big boys. They will be given an opportunity to serve and to get in the employ. And you know what is the offspring from that? The spring-off, from that, is that they will love what they do because they are working for Arima. No longer do we have to wait on outsiders to come in and do the work, and they do it and they leave it anyhow and they take our money and go. We could go back to our Arima contractors and say, listen, we want a little help here. Could you assist this one with some employment? So also will be the increase in employment for our little persons, those who are doing the little masons, the little joinery, the little carpentry, mechanics, and so they too will be employed. So the unemployment rate will now be alleviated and people will be employed. There are lots of services which will be included in local government reform, but due to my time, I will not go along all because some of the other speakers have spoken about it already. However, but one of the things I am especially grateful for is the inclusion of welfare services, which will also be a very integral, important part of local government reform. You see, many times we go out there and we hear the whines and cries of the people. It's taken so long. What am I doing until such time? How do I get there? Let me let you all know. Under the People's National Movement, their vision for local government reform, welfare of the people is critical and important to us. So this has become a part of the mandate of services for local government reform. That's a wonderful thing. Don't you all think so? However, local government reform must be the right choice. And so, for local government reform to be the right choice, we must have a set of right persons to lead the charge. These people must possess integrity, honesty. They must have values, because they are going to be interfering, remember, the collection of taxes to the corporation to be used by the corporation within our municipality. So we must be careful of the persons we choose. We must make the right choice for the persons we put there to manage our affairs. And who are these persons? Who are these persons? I wish to say that we have 7 persons to represent without fear or favor. We have in Calvary, we have candidate Jenny Scott. In Arima Northeast, the right choice of candidate is Ms. Kim Garcia. In Arima West, Omera, the right choice of candidate to sit on the corporation to ensure how your money works for you is Mr. Dave Maraj. The right choice of candidate for Arima Central, you heard him before, the fish and only, who only came back because he knows his heart is red. That's a candidate you'll be voting for come August the 14th. In Tumpuna, we have the young and dynamic Javon Roberts. That's the right choice. In Malabar South, the right choice for the People's National Movement candidate is no other than Joycelyn Worrell. And in Malabar North, myself, the true choice, the right choice is Miss Lynette Ramcharan. On August the 14th, I urge you, your friends, and your families, do not be mistaken, do not be misled, do not stay at home and think that the victory is ours. We all have to be participants to that victory. We all are responsible for claiming that victory. We do not leave it to chance. We do not leave it to someone else. Because one vote less means one vote more, and the scale topples in favor of the other party. We do not want that. There is a lot at risk, and we need to have the right people to do the right job and to serve you, our beloved people. So on August 14th, I urge you to vote resoundingly and send a clear message, a clear PNM message to the other side. Let them know that we ain't making joke. We minding we own business. We drinking water and minding we business. And I wouldn't look good in yellow at all. It's red and red all the way. We red in my blood, and we red out here. And with me, I have a piece of red here too. So, the choice is yours, and I'm urging you. Your vote is needed. And on the night when the ballots are counted, and we all stand proudly in unison with one voice, we will say, great is the PNM, great is the PNM, great, and we shall prevail.